Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about compression fittings and how to make a good joint so you don't get a leak. I'll be using a radiator valve onto a bit of 15mm copper. First thing we need to do is to cut the pipe wherever you want it. Use a pipe slice, don't use a hacksaw or something like that. You need a nice clean cut with no burrs on it. Also, you want it to be straight, not at an angle, because it's going to affect the joint. So these just push over and turn into the pipe. They can be quite tight sometimes, especially if you're doing 22 or 28mm. This is only 15mm, so this isn't too bad. And you'll see it gives you a nice clean end. Don't run your finger straight around that. There can be sharp burrs on there and you will cut your finger. I always use a bit of wire wool just to clean that up, just to make sure that there's no bits and pieces on the end which are going to affect the joint. And then put your nut on and put your olive on. Now, I've seen people wrap around the thread tons and tons of PTFE tape and it will still leak because the thread is not making the joint. The olive is making the joint. The olive sits nicely in there, and when it's under compression, pushed in, you're not going to get a leak. So you don't bother putting it around the nut, around the thread. Put it around the olive. And there's two things you can put around the olive. You can put some PTFE tape, which you would just wrap around it in place and then push it over. That will seal it nicely. Or I prefer to use jointing compound. You can put the jointing compound around the olive, or you can just put it around the edge of that. When it's pushed in, they should both do the same sort of job. You can put this on with your finger, you can put it on with a brush. I've seen 9 million ways of putting it on. Really, I don't think it matters, as long as there's a little bit around there, just to close any gaps. So now when we push that on, you'll see that it's all in the joint. Push the nut down, finger tight, and that's it. Obviously, I'm going to now nip that up with a spanner. If you are breaking a sweat and you're red in the face and you're trying to still do the nut up, you've gone too far. You just literally need to nip it up. Just get a turn on it, just more than hand tight, and it should be fine. Don't forget as well, if when you it's all plumbed in, you turn it on, there is a slight weep, you can nip it up just a little bit more, but you don't want to over tighten it and damage the thread or something. And really, that's it. So just make sure you've got your thread tape or your jointing compound around the olive, not around the thread. Don't over tighten it. Do a nice clean cut and you should be good. You should be fine. I hope that helps. Any questions, leave a comment and I'll try and get back to you. Thanks.